Hello everybody, welcome back to the flight deck. We are in Atlanta, Georgia. Today we continue our tour of North America, or America, as we circle around the lower 48, and we are heading from here up to St. Louis, Missouri. So let's hop on board for this 1-hour flight. Alright, so we're on board the aircraft. First flight of the day. We have 3 legs today to round up our tour. This is our morning flight. So, parking brake is on, flaps are up, spoilers are retracted and disarmed, weather radar is off, predictive wind shear is off, throttle levers are at idle, engine masters are in cutoff, ignition mode selector is at normal, gear is down and indicating down. So let's get the aircraft up and running now. The battery is on. Forgot to hit this button or run that. Make sure that's going, or else none of our support software will be working. External power is on. Brake pressure is showing slightly low. That's fine. We'll get our cockpit lights up. It's a little bit dark this morning. Sun's just rising. Looking like a decent day to fly up to St. Louis. Check the weather shortly. Alright, I want the floodlights on. We want the integral panel on. We want E-cams up. One notch on the floods just for a little bit more illumination, and then we'll do the overheads. There we go. APU fire test. That worked. We didn't want to open that panel though. Cruise supply is on. Nadir's 1, 2, and 3 are now in alignment. External lights are on. Seatbelt signs are on. No portable devices signs are on. Emergency exit lights are armed. And cabin crew, you can begin boarding when you are ready. Annunciator lights are checked. Probe window heat is on auto. APU is off. Temperatures starting to get warm out, so we'll just turn it down a little bit. Probably a little bit humid. Fuel pumps are confirmed off. Engine 1 fire test. Engine 2 fire test. It's all good. Come down here. For the flight directors, 1 and 2 coming on. That's all good there. So we have 174 passengers on board today. And we'll be flying at an altitude of 34,000 feet. And there come the passengers now. And just checking we're ready to go. There we go. Alright. So FCU we'll take a look at when we do our review of our departure. Our barometer. Weather for Jacksonville is currently 3041 on the barometer, and we'll check that when we pull the weather in a second. Pretty high pressure here. FCU, like, we'll check on departure and radios. We're not worried about. We're not up on VATSIM at the moment, as there's no one online in the area we're going to be flying in. So let's head over to the fly pad. Just going to bring this up. So I can enter this in. Put the flight plan up. There we go. And then we'll go down to the MCDU. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is import the flight plan. There we go. Atlanta to Seattle. Our alternate today is Memphis. And our tropo 46811. It's fairly close. Punch it in. 46811. We'll now go pull the weather. There we go. We'll go back to our initialization and enter in our information. So, zero fuel weight is 59.8, and our center of gravity 30.0. Block fuel today should be 6460, so that's pretty good. So 6.4 is our block fuel, and our trip wind today is a headwind of 16 knots. So that is now all entered in. We should have 3.7 tons of fuel on arrival. So over to the flight plan. So today we are flying out of Atlanta on runway 09 left, and we're using the Pencil 2 departure, and we're going via Jace. So we'll load that in. Now our arrival into Atlanta is runway 24 on the ILS. We're going in via Nose Star, and we'll just be vectoring ourselves in. And that is all set. So on our rad nav, if we pull up the information, we should have 110.3. That's good. We'll tune in the cardinal VOR, which is 116.45. And then we will be going also tuning in the St. Louis.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking.
STL. Throw that one over there. 117.4.
If you have any trouble or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to let a flight
That's
attendant
CSX
know,
in there.
and we'll be happy to help you. After you put
There
your
we go.
carry-on items in the overhead bin and it is full, make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Also, be sure that the aisle is clear and sit down so that way other passengers can get by you. If you are seated in an emergency,
So that's our rad nav entered.
the exit seating responsibilities in the
Go to our
safety
takeoff
provided for you.
performance.
Please make sure that you are able and willing
Transition
to perform
altitude,
these
of course,
actions.
is 18,000
If you're not,
feet.
please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated. Feel
Flaps
free to use
1.
your cell phones during the rest of the boarding process, but we do ask that laptops, tablets, and any other larger electronic
0.3
devices
down,
are clear
no
once you depart
flex.
from the gate. Thank you and welcome
133, 134, and 138 are departure speeds. Rotate at 134 and climb at 138. And the rest of that all looks good. So let's head back to the weather menu, pull up the message, and we'll print it off. We'll take a look at it. There we go. And we'll give that a read. So, weather at St. Louis, winds are 0.50 at 8 knots. Visibility 10 miles, few clouds at 6,000, scattered at 20,000, broken at 25,000, broken at 30,000. Temperature is currently 27 degrees. 3041 is fine. Currently in St. Louis, winds are 280 at 11, broken at 5,500, broken at 10,000, overcast at 18,000. 3038 is our weather there. And we're looking fine for everything else. So, let's go down here. We will dial this one up. get it ready. It looks like catering and baggage is all on board. We're just waiting for the final passengers. 3014 is set. I'll put you over to 40. That's where you should be. I do have real-time traffic turned on just to see if we get some other airplanes up in the area. We'll see what happens. Not really that confident. So MCDU data is in. MCDU has been checked. RadNav is set. IFR clearance will take as given. IRSs are aligned, which they are. Flight plan we've gone through. EFIS and the nav aids are good. Takeoff briefing. It is a short taxi today. So here we are in Concourse B. We're just taxiing down to 9 left. We'll be taking off to the east. From there we'll be doing the Pencil 2 up to Jace here. So we're going to take off out to Pickett, up to Roney, Hoyt, up to Pencil, Letter, and then Jace out there. And then from there, when we get to our route, we're basically just going to fly over to Nashville, and then we're going to vector ourselves down for the intercept at St. Louis on runway 24. Since there really is no star that runs over this way, 24 is not used that often, so we will do it on vectors. We should almost be ready to go. So we'll get the APU up and going.
We're on your time now.
There we go. Everyone is on board. So APU master is on. APU is started. MCDU weights are in. Takeoff performance 133, 134, 138, and 133, 138 are in the primary flight display. APU is coming up. Jetway is being pulled.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard
Our cabin door is locked.
556 with service to Missouri. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 14 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed.
APU is up.
Make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices
APU
are now
bleeds
shut
are now
down
on.
and stowed. If you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low
APU
and
generator
tight
is
to the
on.
Your tray
External
table
power
and
is now
seat back must be in the full
disconnected.
upright and locked position for departure.
So push
Flight
back and
attendants,
start.
please
Windows and
prepare
doors are
for
locked.
departure
Cockpit
instructions.
door is locked. Fuel pumps are now coming on. Beacon light is on. Steering pin will be inserted. Transponder. You should be on 2000, and we'll set you two on. TCAS is above and on standby, and we are good for the push. Jetway is clear, and it is an overcast morning out here.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight tech.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Pushing back.
Alright, pushing back is commencing, or will be in a second once he's in position. As soon as we start moving, we'll start the clock. And we can get ready for engine start. Fuel pumps are on, APU bleeds are on, everything is good there. Clock is running.
You are clear behind, and you can start your engines at your discretion.
Excellent. Ignition to
Ladies and
start,
gentlemen, please
engine
direct your
1.
complete attention to the flight attendant.
Now, let's figure out where we're going here. We'll go to the first line, obviously. Probably left it a little late, but we'll see how we do. Or maybe not. It's looking good. That's not bad. To make a little adjustment there, but we're pretty good.
Tighten the straps if necessary and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate,
Pushback complete. Set parking brakes, please.
If you are traveling with a child or someone
Parking
who
brakes
requires
set.
assistance,
Roger.
secure your
Okay,
mask
the tow
first
bar
and
is
then enter
disconnected
others.
and the equipment
Leave
is
your mask
clear.
on until
We
a
will
member of
see you
the
on the left
crew
side
advises
with
you
the
to
pin.
remove it.
Thanks, and you
Any
can disconnect and go to hand
unlikely
signals.
events where
Thanks.
water landing,
Have a good flight.
life
See
vest
you
is
later.
attached under your seat or between
All
your
right.
armrests. When instructed
So they're about
to open
to
the
leave.
plastic pouch and remove
Engine
the
one,
vest.
good start.
Lift it
Starting
over your
engine
head.
number 2.
Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the strap to tight. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If it doesn't inflate automatically, you may blow into the mouthpiece for manual inflation. Each vest is equipped with a whistle and a light. If you need to, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Please make sure to exit the aircraft as soon as possible and leave your belongings. Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. Back in front of you.
All right, everything's
Just
looking good.
reading this and letting a cabin member know
Engine
if you
2
have
is
any
coming up.
questions. Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Let's see, N1's coming up, N2's coming up. We got fuel flow. We should have fuel flow. Why are we not showing any fuel flow there? Interesting. Looks like a little glitch in the system. Engine is available. Oh, there she is. She's now kicked in. Interesting. Alright, so master will go back to normal. APU bleed will come off. APU will come off. And it's time for our before taxi checklist. So, auto brakes. Go to max. Spoilers armed. Flaps 1. Engine anti-ice not required. Flight controls. It's full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, left rudder, right rudder, neutral. Steering pin is removed and that's confirmed on the ECAM. Pitch trim 0.3 down. Confirmed rudder trim is centered and 0. And we are good there. Taxi light, runway turnoff lights are on, and we are good to begin our taxi. Oop. So, parking brake removed.
The cabin is ready.
We'll start going. We will do the TO config check, which is done, and we will alert the cabin because, like I said, it's a short taxi. Come back on the power. We're just going to go down here to Lima and then around, and we'll be there at the runway. So Lima's the first of the taxiways. There's 2 of them, Lima and Mike. We'll take Lima out. It's going to be here. We're going to turn right. Oh, there's somebody landing. There, we do have traffic. Very nice. Where'd he go? Who is he? Ah, Generic Airlines, yes. It's our favorite airline in the sim. So everything is ready to go. Let's get around here to our whole short point on Lima. And then we will do our before takeoff checklist. There's another aircraft inbound. Brakes are on. Landing lights are on. Strobe lights are on. Taxi to take off. Transponder is on. TARA tilt above. Weather radar is radar 1 is on. PWS is on. Transponder is already on. And we are good to go. We just have that aircraft inbound. Wait for him, and then we'll be ready to take off. Although he might be coming in on the other one. So it looks like he is. Alright. So we're good to go. Take position. So the good thing about having the AI aircraft on is you get a little bit of aircraft showing up, which is pretty cool. But you can also force them out of the way. So if you get into a conflict, they will move for you. Alright, so engines to 50%. Engine stable. And takeoff power, and away we go. It's 80 knots. Under knots. V1 and rotate. And up we go. So positive rate, gear up. Speed brakes disarmed. And taxi lights are off. Power back to climb thrust. Autopilot on. Vertical speed of 2,500, and we're just going to go straight to 34,000 since there's no restrictions on the climb out. Take it as self-cleared. S1, flaps coming up. It's through green dot. And a very nice day to say goodbye to Atlanta. So you can see we're coming here to Pickett and then around, and that is all part of our departure. So we get above the clouds, get some nice weather, and everything is looking good. A little bit of weather you can see in the clouds there. Just making our turn here. So again, this is a short flight. It's going to be fairly quick. So once we pass through 10,000 feet, the lights come off and the seatbelt signs are off. We'll let you get some views at the windows, and we'll pick up with you again as we descend through 10,000 feet on the approach into St. Louis.
On your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galley or near the lavatory.
Here we go. So landing lights will come off.
Onboard Wi-Fi. You will be required
and everything else is off. Seat belts and.
We offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide range of free live TV and paid movies library.
There we go. Aircraft inbound ahead. You can see them on the TCAS here. I think he's descending and we're climbing. So anyway, we'll pick up with you again on the descent into St. Louis. See you in a bit. Well, as you can see, we're approaching 11,000 feet. Weather is pretty crap out right now. Picked up some ice on the way down, so I've got all the anti-icing on. We've got our landing lights and everything on already. We're slowing down to 250 knots for 10,000 feet. Just going to bring her down to 240. And we're going to add a little bit of speed brake in now, just to make sure we get down in our speed. So about 20 miles to go. We got to be at 5,000, and then from there we descend down to 2,100 for the intercept.
We have begun our final descent into Missouri. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
So we knew we were going to be running into a bunch of clouds and stuff, but didn't think it was going to be this bad. So we're in approach mode. Let's find out, put the landing systems on. I will turn on the 2 VORs. We're not doing too bad on our descent. Speed's climbing a little bit. Keep that speed brake out. I think 10 miles out, we'll go into manage mode. Should bring our speed back down to 210 now, since we are in the approach phase. We're starting to get some rain. You can see that purple there. This weather is looking a lot worse than it was expected to be. So there's 5,000 feet. It's starting to slow down. ISTL. ISTL is correct. See, Vivelt here, we want to be at 2100. We're going to have about 10 miles to get down. So now that we're there, go to 2100 feet. Still can't see anything out there. Hopefully we can get in. I mean, this is only a Cat 1 runway. We're gonna go flaps 1. Temperature's at 17 degrees, so we can. Oop. Sorry, that was me accidentally hitting the throttle there as I went to turn anti-ice off. Keep the igniters going. We are going to head down now, 2,100 feet. Should be in climb. There we go. So we're 10 miles out, we'll go flaps 2. Doesn't want to descend. This could be an interesting approach. So we are above the glide slope. Gear down. Alright. Well, we're going to have to go around. So go around is 3,000 feet. Get that dialed in. Going to go around. Gear up. Speed brakes up. Gonna head up to the St. Louis VOR. And then we'll arc around from there. Flaps up. Set our speed to 240 knots. Let's try this again. Head due north. Seeing glimpses of stuff. Oh, there's the Missouri River, I think. At least a branch of it anyway. Okay, 045 take us out northeast. Oh yeah, it's pretty miserable out. Alright. Back to approach phase once again. Now, I didn't do the published mist approach since that takes us way out to the west. And I just took it as ATC vectors to get us around. We're across the river, so we're going to head 090 due east. All right. Now we're going to swing around in for Zucco again, pick up the ILS, and give this a second shot. So this is something you always have to be ready for if the approach doesn't look good and things aren't going your way. You can always go around. We have plenty of fuel, so we could do this a couple times if we had to. A bit of a bump there in altitude. Not sure if that's the weather or if that's just the sim loading in a new weather profile and it's
2,500.
a little bit different than what we were at. So we were ahead of schedule anyway, so it's not like with this late run we're going to be coming in late for our passengers. Alright, let's go over to 150. Actually, let's do 130 for a bit.
2,500.
All right, so let's try this once again. See if the passengers can see anything out there. Nope. Nothing on either side, just solid cloud and a lot of water. So when this gets down to 2.5 miles, we'll turn in, go on approach mode, and I'm going to slow down to 210 in the managed speed. Alright, so there's 210, speed starting to come back. Should just be able to alarm that, alarm low on the auto brakes. There we go. We'll dial this around. 210 degrees. The localizer. Pull on the localizer, so we'll let it line ourselves up. approach mode once the glide slope kicks in. Aircraft out there. They're coming in on the other runway, maybe. Oh, starting to see some ground out there. All right, well, we're on the localizer. Step one. Yeah, I got a sneaking feeling they're using the other runway. Or maybe not. He's kind of right in front of us. There's another one of these weather bumps. There's a glide slope. So into approach mode we go. All right, 10 miles. So flaps 1. Speed's coming back. This glide slope. And second autopilot on for redundancy. So we do have some traffic around the airport. Flaps 2.
2,500.
Gear down. Gear down 3 green. Gonna try to get ourselves established early. We're 7 miles out. The VOR, I believe, is on this side of the airfield, so it's showing a little bit less. The cabin, no. Flaps 3. Flaps full. And we're looking for the airfield. Yeah.
1,000.
She is pretty
1,000.
pretty dark down there.
Above.
Okay. Anybody seeing anything here?
Minimum 500. 500. 400. 400. 400.
Oh,
400.
I got the ground.
300. 300.
Wow.
300.
This is pretty bad. Oh, there's the airport.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Oop.
10. 5.
Ah, not my best. But we're down. Wow, we really blew the minimums on that one. This is not what the Metar was saying. There's 60 knots. Reverser's off. Now, normally we would not have done that, but I wanted to push it and see what we could, what the weather would be like. Now it's pretty bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Missouri. The local time is 8:01 a.m. and it's currently about 82 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bin, as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
Well, we're down. So that's flaps up, gears up. We'll get the weather radar off. That's off. Transponder is off. TCAS is off. Landing lights are off. Strobes are off. Wing lights, we'll leave the other lights on as we head over to the terminal, which is over there. And yeah, what a miserable day here. Well, we have a layover for a couple hours, and then we'll be heading out on the second of our 3 legs today. So hopefully the weather clears by the time that comes around. I'm hoping, but who knows? All right. The gates are just down here. We'll be in a second. Yeah, it is a miserable day here in St. Louis. Alright, and our gate's coming up. Come on, stop hesitating on me. All right, we should be good. Let's make sure we've got external power. We do. So parking brake is on. Kill those lights. Get the jetway out. There we go. So parking brake is on, and nav aids are off. FCUs, set flight directors are off. Auto thrust and autopilots are off. Anti-ice is all off. External power is now connected. Engines 1 and 2 are off. We'll get through the logbook. Thank you. Fuel pumps are now off. And beacon light is off. Everyone can get up and do their thing. And Roger can go say goodbye to everybody. Oops. If I open the door. Other way. There we go. Well, thank you all very much for watching. And we will see you on the next one, which will be leg 2 of our trip here. Hopefully in a couple hours the weather will have cleared. See you then. Bye for now.